AITA for canceling my credit card after my boyfriend refused to return it to me?
I'll preface by saying that me, 27, and my boyfriend, 30, have been together for 3 years and a half. I've been jumping from one job to another while he has been unemployed due to health issues that affected his performance at work. Usually, I'm the one handling rent, bills, groceries, etc. I use my credit card to make any purchase I want. Last week, my boyfriend out of nowhere asked for my credit card. I asked why, since I'm the one who handles payments and supermarket trips. He told me he wanted to buy some food and I agreed to let him take it but told him to return it later. He got back later and when I asked about my credit card, he was like, "What credit card?" I thought he was joking, so I told him to just give it back.
He said he'd just keep it with him. I asked why and he said so he could start handling paying for stuff on my behalf. I felt uncomfortable. I said I'd rather not burden him with this stuff and asked him to hand over the credit card. He refused and said that he'll just keep it since it doesn't have that much money anyway. I was livid. I tried to argue but he told me to just trust him and let him keep it and swore he won't spend a penny from it. Next morning I went and cancelled it, then registered a new one. He must have had tried to use it because he called and was confused, asking why the credit card was not valid anymore. I told him it's because I cancelled it and registered a new one. He lost it and started scolding me, saying he couldn't believe I had this level of petty and kept on about how I don't trust him with my finances. And how financially abusive I have become lately. I hung up on him.
The argument continued at home and he called me paranoid and unreasonable and all that. Then he started cold shouldering me and sulking about it for days. I do feel like I hurt his feelings and showed an amount of distrust towards him. AITA for canceling the credit card? Edit, adding in some info. Like I said, he has a physical disability that limits his opportunities for work. He receives no disability benefits because he doesn't want to. He refuses to acknowledge he has a disability and pretends that it doesn't exist at all. When I tell him to look for a job, he'd blame people for purposely refusing to employ him and say that they look down on him like he's lacking or beneath them. He comes from a humble background. No longer has contact with family due abandonment issues but has some friends to lean on. Since someone asked, the answer is I do almost 80% of chores while he does the other 20%. Reasons for that is his disability. Finally, I pay for rent, bills, groceries, his meds and transportation as well, so I needed the card to he constantly with me. Also beware. Since he isn't working, that means he can get to the mail first and take the replacement card when it arrives.
NTA. He swore he won't spend a penny from it, followed by, the next day he must have had tried to use it. Your instincts were excellent, as was your decisive and immediate action. You know what he wanted was wrong. Trust yourself.
NTA. Maybe time to cancel your boyfriend as well.
Your ex-boyfriend, right? NTA. But I really hope you evaluate your relationship. This is definitely grounds for separation. He's gaslighting you by claiming you're financially abusing him. He is using you and then throwing a fit when you cut off his resources, since apparently he's a lazy bum who is draining you. NTA. Trust. He has no business mentioning trust after literally stealing your credit card and trying to use it. He contributes what to your life? Does he help around the house or have a side hustle to help pay bills? Sounds like he is just leeching off you. He found out you canceled it because he tried to use it even though he promised he wouldn't, but you're the paranoid one, right? NTA. He's definitely gaslighting you too. Swore he won't spend a penny from it. Shocked Pikachu when he tried to spend money on it again and couldn't. The argument continued at home and he called me paranoid and unreasonable and all that. You are not unreasonable for wanting your credit card back and canceling it when he refused to give it back. It doesn't matter that he swore he wouldn't spend more on it. It wouldn't even have mattered if he didn't spend more on it. It is not his. Then he started cold shouldering me and sulking about it. Gore days. That, my friend, is a guilt trip. He is making this all about you harming him by not trusting him, when you busted him literally doing something he swore he wouldn't do. He even ratted himself out, which he didn't have to do. Which means it was not a fluke, but rather he intended on spending more than you expected on your card, and probably quite often. NTA. NTA. First of all, one of the bank's rules is that you do not permit others to share your card. If you do, they will not protect you from theft. Withholding your property from you is theft. It's clear to me he feels entitled to your property. Drop him like a hot rock. NTA. Seriously, no idea why so many women are staying with deadbeat losers with no ambition to work. Why not try to find a man with a job, one who will be a benefit to your life and not a burden? Good luck though. NTA. You spelled ex-boyfriend wrong. I hope. Plenty of fish in the sea. Unless you are a Redditor, then apparently you hold on to whatever rank and rancid fish happen to come your way first. NTA. Find a new fish. NTA. He stole your card and wouldn't have known it was cancelled unless he broke his word and tried to use it a day after he said he wouldn't. Dump him. He is clearly untrustworthy. It also sounds like he's making no effort to get better. You don't need the anchor to weigh you down. Your boyfriend was trying to rob you. Don't let him near any of your accounts. Don't co-sign for anything with him, and seriously reconsider staying in the relationship. NTA. Get out while you still have that little voice in your head telling you something's wrong and you should cancel the card. That little voice goes silent if you ignore it for too long. LFMF. Cancel him next. NTA. He's throwing the term financial abuse at you to deflect from his own theft from you. He's a walking red flag and you should remove him from your life. IDK if it's possible at this point, but protect your financial information ASAP. Trust me, I won't spend a penny. Immediately tried using it the next morning. NTA. He proved he can't be trusted. NTA. Gotta protect your finances, girl. Be careful. The way he wouldn't give it back to you was a red flag.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. AmITheAsshole is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.